Hi, this is Lily Cotilla, licensed marriage and family therapist. I am currently specializing and have been for the past 5 years in plant medicine, whether it be ibogaine, 5-MeO, DMT, or ayahuasca, and the integration of it. It seems to be the new in fad for pop-ups, like store pop-ups, but yet they're people professional pop-ups that aren't professionals who like to call themselves plant medicine integration therapists. Kudos to them. Great to trailblaze your own path and make your own title for yourself, such that there are no regulations in which you are to abide by, and you really have no training in order to guide clients, patients, people, really. I mean, we're humans, we all have issues. So here there are these plant medicine integration specialists with no training, leading or guiding or imposing their position or judging, or and they may be very smart and intelligent and emotionally high IQ, and you may be lucky and get an amazing one who will facilitate your growth process of using plant medicine into your life in a way that will expand you and will make you live a healthier, happier, more connected life. Whatever it is, the goals are that you want to achieve. I'm sharing this with you now because what I've come to realize is that people who talk about plant medicines, they run in circles, and this is great. We all join with circles of shared interests, right? It's how we build relationships. It's how we join friends. It's how we find lovers. It's who we connect with. We share similarities, and it's a great thing. Now, that stated, when it is exclusively the plant integration specialist working with the client, when the talk, conversation, questions, etc. are exclusively based around plant medicine, and not even necessarily exclusively based around plant medicine, but they start pulling different things from people's life. Oh, you were raped at 5. Oh, your mother or father was abusive. Oh, you got hit by a car when you were 10. And they start connecting these dots for the client based on their own egoic interpretation and what they happen to magnetize onto and believe is or are connected to the source of your problems. These people do not have professional training. In order to become a licensed marriage family therapist in the state of California, one must obviously have an undergraduate degree to start off with. Then, in between 2 or 3 years of full-time graduate experience, coupled with 3,000 hours of interactive experience, 750 of which are supervised by supervisors who have met qualifications to oversee you interacting with clients. And you share these stories with your supervisors, and they give you feedback, and they observe you, and they help guide you into asking appropriate therapeutic questions. Not only that, you have to take 3 exams, of which there is a 57% pass rate, in order to become a licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of California. It is not an easy route, my friends, but this is what makes marriage family therapists very sound, very assured for the most part. Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule, such as the wounded healer, which you can read about online. But I would suggest to you to really do your research if you are using plant medicine, again, whether it be ibogaine, ayahuasca, or 5-MeO, DMT, for addiction, for alcoholism, for PTSD, for trauma, for spiritual expansion purposes, to to really choose wisely if in fact you want to collaborate with anyone along your process. What often happens is people have these amazing psychedelic experiences, and well, this is, in my opinion, why it's illegal in the United States. And sometimes there are, trust me, not always amazing psychedelic experiences. Let me retract what I said. There are some dark and deep places that people go to. There are many Jungian themes and archetypes that all human beings in the universal source of connection can tap into. That doesn't mean that each theme applies to each individual person. So there are tools to use even prior to using any of the plant medicine modalities. Ibogaine being one of the most malleable ones in terms of being able to control the visions in order to bring those themes and condense them into what applies to you so that you can utilize it in your real life, in the real world. And back to what I was mentioning regarding plant medicine integration specialists. The talk often remains about what is experienced while under the influence of these plant medicines. The important thing, in my opinion, is rather than having these like clumped circle experiences, which you can keep going back to, and everyone is different and will give you new epiphanies, and it's not like a one-time thing or a two-time thing, or it could be if you want it to be, but you can continue to experience plant medicine on a micro or macro dosing level on an ongoing basis throughout your life. As life changes, weeks change, relationships change, time changes, deaths occur, breakups happen. So many different variables in life transition over the course of time, and with plant medicine being incorporated into your life, they blend, they travel parallelly together, if that were a word. They're synergistic. They transcend simple talk therapy. It's not uncommon for talk therapists, just like lawyers, to ask leading questions based on their hypothesis of what they think your problems are. So the reason why, if you choose to use plant medicine as a modality to help assuage some of the negative symptoms you're experiencing in life, or again, just to enhance the positive ones by working and collaborating with a trained professional, you will experience, you will most likely experience much more satisfactory results than doing plant medicine, talking a little bit with a plant medicine integration therapist who maybe has a GED. Nothing wrong with GEDs. I mean, every profession has so much value. Not one of them is better than another. That stated, somebody who has a radiologist or sonography degree, for example, and calls him or herself a plant medicine integration therapy specialist, does that person really have the tools to help you blend the plant medicine world with the actual application to life? To apply the universal source truth, however it downloads, whatever language you decide to use in order to explain it, by having this come through you, and interacting with somebody trained, as mentioned, in comparison to a sonographer or somebody who works at Walmart. I'm so glad there's someone at the cash register I can buy my things, But to optimize your life, really think about it. And if you want to do plant medicine every weekend because you enjoy the effects and it helps your serotonin and your dopamine, and that's all you need, that's great. When situations in life arise, some of these hallucinogenic aspects that are intrinsic with the plant medicines that you take can be put to practice in this realm of experience of life. It just doesn't, these experiences don't remain as encapsulated dream state images or memory recalls. You can use and utilize that information for such benefit to move your life in the direction you want to and to create the life that you want. We have time on this earth to do this. Pick your direction you want to move and start going in that route. My name is Lily Cotilla. My number is 619-830-0982. And I look forward to working with you if you would like some facilitation and guidance. I am not the expert of you. You are. I am simply here to bounce ideas, to possibly introduce new suggestions, to make connections so that the problematic areas in your life, you can pick and choose from some of those scenes that have unconsciously surfaced. Take out the material and apply them so that you can make the transformation and stop creating the same patterns that you've been creating. And by the way, one last thing to share. By using plant medicines such as ibogaine, ayahuasca, and 5-MeO DMT, many professionals say that it is equivalent to approximately 10 years of therapy in a condensed period of time. Last thing. Similarly, eye movement desensitization reprocessing, designed by Francine Shapiro, is the #1 research PTSD and trauma therapeutic formatting to assuage the manifestation of those symptoms. Veterans who do EMDR or eye movement desensitization reprocessing, whether they have TBI, PTSD, whatever has happened to them, they find it extremely helpful because your tactile motions are engaged, your eyes are bilaterally stimulated, and auditorily your brain, it crosses across the corpus callosum and balances and retrieves information from both sides so that things aren't segmented and can flow more easily. Now that's the traditional therapeutic way of going about treating addiction, PTSD, and much more. And it eliminates the therapeutic bias or leading questions that they may start asking you questions and it's way off topic to what you really want to work on and or know you want to work on. And plant medicine similarly accesses the subconscious and allows it to float to the surface so that with a therapeutic interaction you can skim off the surface and use what is applicable to your life. So please, my friends, keep this in mind, because not every healer or guide or person who calls themselves whatever title they do, it does not mean that they have the credentials, the knowledge, the training, or the hours invested into themselves to help invest in you to get you where you want to go. Don't throw away your money. Or do, actually. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to educate you so that you have a conscious choice that you can make. Again, my name is Lily Cotilla, licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of California, number 48698, and my telephone number 619-830-0982, or you can reach me by email at lilycotilla8@gmail.com. That's LILYKOTILA, the number 8@gmail.com. And I so look forward to working with you should you choose to desire to work with me. And if not, I wish you all the luck, although I'm sure you don't need it, because we're all humans of strength. And no matter how much the adversity, somehow we are able to pull through.